today, guys. So today I'm going to try to make an all-natural wooden amplifier for my cell phone. A stand that you put it in and it'll just cut the noise, the volume, and boost it. I think it'll be a fun little project. Hopefully I can make several of them in a fairly short period of time, but this is going to be the very first one. This is my trial run. So I'm getting started. I got my cell phone out here. My cell phone looks like it's just about 3 inches wide. Maybe it's sitting at 3.5 if I leave a little bit of a gap here. So I'm going to go with 6 inches. So we'll get that out of our way. We'll take the cell phone away for now. Get our chalk line. Alright, I got my 3 11-inch pieces here that we're going to cut. Let's just go with it. Alright, we got our 3 pieces cut here. Now we need 2 of them to cut out an L, basically, a notch out of them. The one that's going to sit in the middle will cut more than the other one. So the first one, so let's keep it pretty trim. Also going to try to keep perspective here with this. So we're going to say it's going to sit there. So we're going to keep a nice little lip, and I'm going to make a mark there. Obviously not doing anything technical about measuring where to do this at. And, well, I want to take off more than that because I want it to just barely, I don't want to cover my screen like if you're watching a video or whatever. I just want it to hold it in there is all. So we're going to mark there and there. Well, so there's our first mark. There's our other mark. That's straight there. Yeah, I can't check that, can I? Okay. So we're sitting square. There's one we're going to cut. And now the other. I'm going to make 2 marks on it, and they're just going to be a tiny bit farther each direction. I know I'm being helpful, aren't I, guys? I'm being super technical about this right now. Yeah. So far, pretty simple, right? So that one's going to go there. Now, next thing we do is have these 2 connected. Alright, that's... I don't know, man. They're both sides are like really far, but then they're just not. Oh, it's a matter of the bit not having anything to hold on to because it's through. That's the only thing I could think of is maybe it's nothing to pull it down from the bottom side. Maybe. I'm hoping by drilling into this board, grabbing onto that, we'll get through this. Clearly not understanding the physics of this or something. Like, is my bit too short? I don't. Maybe it is. Maybe my bit's too short and I'm just spinning now. that said, that's my problem. Sometimes I'm just not seeing the big picture and seeing it all the way through. My bit was too short, so we got to the nub of it, or whatever you want to call it. It was just sitting there spinning. You guys who are watching this was painful for you at home. You're probably like, duh. Took me a little longer than necessary, but at least I figured it out, right? Like, that's what I'm going to say. I know you guys got to be disappointed, annoyed, going, this guy's a fool, but I just didn't see it. But, I mean, I got there. I see it in the end. This is kind of where it's going to sit. This is our top piece. We know that because it's the one that's a little bit bigger. We are rough around the edges. This piece, we just need to cut a couple notches here so that that sound travels through and underneath. So that's what we're going to do. Of course, I'm putting my glue, for me, on the piece that is smaller because I don't want to have glue like up in the middle here if we're not, if that's not going to be glued down and going to be where the phone rests. If that makes any sense. I'm also using this chip brush to spread it out. You guys have seen me a lot of times skip that step. I'm doing that today to reduce the glue squeeze out. Making sure we're on there very nice and square. Same thing as I just mentioned before. This is the smallest piece of all three. So that's why I'm putting the glue on here. Again, on this side. Wood glue is hard after an hour. But it's not truly bonded and changed the chemical makeup of it, the compound, for 24 hours.
Dad, when you die, can I have that when I go up like a grown up?
When I die? Hopefully I don't die for a very, very long time. Yes, if when I die, if we still have it, you can have it.
Yay!
I'm glad she's excited that she can have this when I die.
But how do we get the music louder?
So it's not done yet. I'm still working on it. But when I put my phone in and I start playing music and I set it right here, it will catch the music and make it push it this way.
Oh.
Alright, so this has been glued together for days. Next step, I have set this and changed the angle of my bench saw to a 5-degree angle. It's leaning. So we're going to cut this on the bottom, and we're just going to cut, like I said, a 5 degrees, so it's actually going to tilt back just a little bit. Now I could get a Dremel tool out, an oscillating tool that has a sanding, wheel on it. If I feel it's necessary, I might still. So I'm just going to try to get this by hand. But if I don't feel like that's working out, I'm going to get that Dremel tool out. It's kind of funny to me because I think I've done this before, but I used that cherry stain and absolutely hated the way this thing looked. I just need to get rid of that stain because I don't like it. I don't like the way anything turns out. So I just super simply went over to my cans of spray paint. I just grabbed the matte black. I didn't want it to be like too loud. I didn't want it to be red. We have a very basic, very simple, functional piece here. I do like the matte black look. But, it's nothing special at all right now. But, no electricity required. It sits here. I think it looks pretty decent. And so we got our audio Just got one of my Handy at Heart videos up here with some music. So I think it's a fairly reasonable amount of boost of sound. It's not huge. This is, version 1. This is prototype number 1. I mean, others have made these before, but for me, so I'll probably make the hole here smaller on my next one. That might cup it just a little bit more. I may extend this out just a little bit more, and then the phone can kind of sit here, and that might pull that audio and send it down that that tunnel, so to speak. We're just playing around. That's kind of what we do. In my videos, usually, guys, you're seeing me do this stuff for the very first time. It's not, I've mastered it, I've done 10 of them, now I'm showing you how to get it done. So, it sits well. I like that 5-degree angle that it leans. So, there you have it. Just a fun little project. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.